Okay, so I'm going to start off by naming the characters. So this one right here is Mustafa Mand with the green stripe. He's a director, and he exiles people who have like different beliefs than what he thinks are fitting into the Brave New World. Another one is Lenina. She's just a worker. She puts like the new shots or vaccines, whatever, on like people, and she's the one who's like always on a drug that they have in the Brave New World called Soma, and she's like really provocative, you could say, and like wants to hook up with basically all of these people. She's like, I don't know, like slutty, I guess. She always wants to have sex. She's always on the drug and whatnot. This right here is Bernard. He is part of the alpha social class, but he feels like he doesn't fit in, and he complains a lot about the Brave New World and like how they rule stuff. This is John. He's the son of the director of the Brave New World and Linda. He grew up like with different beliefs because he's the only one who grew up in New Mexico, which is part of not the Brave New World. He's known as like the Savage later on. That's what they refer to him as. And he just doesn't fit in because he reads a lot of Shakespeare, and that's basically banned from the Brave New World. This is Heimholtz. He's an alpha teacher at a college. Him and Bernard, they don't like how the state is in Brave New World. They don't like their beliefs, none of that. Also here is my pill Soma. So when I refer to the pill, let's just say this is Soma right here. And then in this Brave New World, they basically create babies. Well, you know, they make them into their social classes. So in here I have little babies in a test tube, which is how they end up creating them. And I have 2 of these. So in this like point when they're in here is how they determine like whether they're going to be an alpha male, beta, gamma, delta, or an Epsilon. So and they think that like, you know, all those different social classes should do different things. So Epsilons are looked as like the lower class, and alpha males of course being like the better one. So this is how I showed how they put them in test tubes or incubators or whatever you want to call them. I have 2 babies in here. In this side I have the Savage World, which is basically what we are, and I have behind the Brave New World and the Savage World I have like the 2 different ideas of it, and I put this doll here because basically in the Savage World is where we are, because we experience pain, pregnancy, passion, we believe in God, have religion, disease, have troubles, parents, death, liberation. You know, we feel emotion, where on this side they are ran by technology. It's basically dictatorship. They don't have pain. They live on different social classes, like I explained, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. They experience only happiness. They're on the drug Soma. There's no pregnancy, no pain, no death, none of that. So I drew like a little happy place over here, while on this side we're experiencing, you know, how life should be. I have an island here also, and on this island we find out that Helmholtz and Bernard are taken to that island because they don't believe in how, you know, the life should be lived. So they get exiled into this island because they have different beliefs. So now I'm going to talk about, let me go over here. Oh, also, my book is Brave New World. So this is my book by Aldous Huxley. So in the Brave New World, I'm just going to talk about my topics that I chose. My literacy, I chose my symbol as Soma, which is the pill that I explained that's taken to feel absolutely no pain. I also chose technology because basically technology is what runs the whole, like the whole way that they live. Everything is run by technology. Like they do an experiment in the book where they train a specific social class how to hate books and flowers, and you know, they shock kids, and like I would put on there because lots of kids, they at first when I read this I didn't believe it, but there's like kids having orgies and like, you know, weird stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna put that on there because I don't want to be drawing child pornography, but they do that, and like, you know, it's kind of gross, but whatever. For my political topic, I chose dictatorship because basically you cannot act out of order. You know, it is what it is. Like they control how you act, what you do, what you read, what you don't know, what you do know, depending on your like social class. So I chose that as my political view, dictatorship. You know, you're ran by these people that run this brave new world. My historical, I didn't really put that in there, but it's the Model T Ford. It's when the new car came out. It was during those eras. So I thought, you know, that could be something historical on there that we read about, cultural. They live in a utopian type of society, and utopian means it's like an imaginary society. They, like I said, and how they're running the new world, you know, they got rid of pain and anything bad that could happen, they got rid of it, and that's like the utopian society. So that's how they live their culture. The theme that I thought was in here was social classes. It's reoccurring, you know, it's just something that always comes up, you know, the alpha, and you go up for, like, you go down from there, down to the Appleton. You know, you just live off of those classes. My thesis that I chose for this is Brave New World's main built pillars are community, stability, and identity. I chose this because that's basically what is written on the front of the Brave New World. There's a big plaque that says that. It says community, identity, stability. So those three things are the three pillars that basically make the Brave New World. I'm gonna read you guys my quotes that I got that I found were, like, you know, related to my topics that I chose. So one that I chose for Soma as my symbol is one that Mustafa Man says, and it basically says Christianity without tears. That's what Soma is. So I chose that quote because it kind of shows how you know, that's kind of what they depend on, like the pill. You know, everybody's on it, especially Lenina. She kind of abuses it. She's constantly on that pill. That's what she's on all the time. If anything goes wrong, she's on that pill. She's always wanting to just have sex and, you know, be this, she's like different, you know, she lives like a different lifestyle. So I chose that one for the Soma symbol. For my cultural topic, I chose this one that the Savage, or John, said. And basically what he says is getting rid of everything unpleasant instead of learning to put up with it. So there he's kind of, again, questioning and going against what the people of the Brave New World believe, because he's considered, you know, part of the savage world because he did grow up, you know, he's the only one who grew up kind of in this area instead of the Brave New World. So he is basically questioning, like, you know, why do we have to live like always being happy and not experiencing anything? Like, he wants to experience everything that a normal person would. So he questions it all the time. Another one for my political view that I chose is said by Mustafa Mand again. He says, our civilization has chosen machinery and medicine and happiness. That's why I have to keep these books locked up in the safe. So this is when he's talking about how, you know, he's read books and he has like a bunch of Bibles and whatnot in a safe. And he locks them up because he doesn't want these people in the Brave New World to know about this stuff. So, this one here for political, I said it was dictatorship, so I used that because he's locking up all these books and allowing nobody to read them, basically. Like, regardless, like, they cannot read them, they can have nothing to do with them. They are known, they know what they are taught, what they can learn. So, those are the ones that I chose. And, along with that, for that, I even chose another one that, for my theme, that for the social classes, I chose a quote that says, we can't do without anyone, even Appletons are useful. That's for my theme because my theme was social classes, and I thought that went in because, like, here they're taking into consideration that they need every social class. They need everyone because in the end, you know, you can't work without everyone because everybody's set to their own job depending on their social class. So that shows just how important they think that everything is. So those are the ones that I chose to talk about my topics. I think that's pretty much it. And then, like I said too, eventually Bernard and Helmholtz get set out to the other island because they just don't like to live with that type of rule, I guess you could say, that type of dictatorship. And later on also John excludes himself, like he puts himself, you know, he isolates himself into this place, like And like he just does weird stuff like rituals and whatnot, and then he just lives out there, but people end up noticing him, so he decides to go about that life. That's it. So like I said, they put babies into test tubes. This is a savage world where they experience pain and everything that the Brave New World doesn't. Just picture this as like a perfect society with, everything goes the way it should go. So that's basically it for my project. And my little character fell. But, oh god. Yeah, so that's about it. Can't stop this thing.